Do not attempt to adjust your podcast player. We are controlling the transmission. We are here to be your guide, helping you to explore local events, the art scene, music, theater, sports, and possibly a conspiracy or two. All here on the GCRX Radio and Podcast Network.
Good evening and welcome in the Metro. I'm your host, Chuck Gill, and with us is Jim Pearson as always, and Mr. Nick Drago. Hey guys, we are actually here this week.
And we're not leaving in 13 seconds.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We are here this week, and we have Engineer Bill to thank for that. He came in earlier in the week, and he got the Mostly Hockey podcast guys up and going, so thank you, sir. That was pretty damn awesome. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You can blame Ameren for all the damage. Or a blown transformer. I don't know. I guess it's not really their fault.
Right. So we are coming to you live from Studio B. And as you saw last week, we do have the new intro. It's a little shorter this time. So you're not like looking at something and it's like, nope, we've cut the intro down, which is kind of nice. Again, live here from Studio B in downtown Granite City. What a wonderful place to be on a Monday night, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't complain at all. I love being here, and I love walking in. Like when we come in here, we pass right through Studio C, and it's just super cool to see all the stuff that's going on in there.
And for you tonight, the smells hit you from the fabulous kitchen.
Gosh, yeah.
It's a mixture of, you recognize the roast beef smell, right? Is that?
Yes.
And for me,
was the
all I'm
draw.
smelling is that pink champagne cake.
Man. Yeah. Yep. So she's got that in there going on. And so I've got to find some way to fit it in my budget to come here for lunch tomorrow or something, because that roast beef that she's got in there with the peppers and the onions that's going on right now.
It smells so good.
I had to walk into the kitchen, and be like, what is that smell that's going on in here? And then to my surprise, were the champagne cakes being made.
Yes.
So, pink champagne cakes being made for Valentine's Day. Yeah. Pretty cool deal. So you guys really need to watch it. She put that on the Garden Gate Tea Room page. Is that where those are coming from?
Yeah, I usually put it out into the 620 to start with.
Okay.
And now this is the third time that we've done this. Third time that we do it. I'm already starting off with a list. So it's very limited amount. These are labor intensive cakes, and they need refrigeration space. So it's the real deal.
Well, make sure you've got my name on that list, because with Easter coming up, I definitely want to have one of my hands for those, for when we do the family Easter, hopefully.
Absolutely.
So that'd be awesome. So how was your week?
Long.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras. That was,
you had to do your civic duty this week, didn't you?
I did. It was my second time on a float. It was the best one yet so far. I mean, the first one was good. But this one was really good. It was really cold. And
it was pretty chilly.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was a long parade.
Axe throwing this time.
Yeah.
I guess you had that axe throwing down there.
That was cool. Did you try it?
I did not. By the time we got around to it, I did not get a chance to do that. I will tell you something, though. It was my first time having Big Michi's food truck food. Nick.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man. Holy freaking cow.
Big Michi's, yeah.
Rebecca got the wings.
Mm-hmm.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever had wings that good before.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Oh, my God.
I didn't go to Michi's just because I get a chance to get him when I want to. He's right here in town.
Yeah.
So I checked out the Spud Shack.
Okay.
The Spud Shack is great. They've been to our church a few times.
That was really
good stuff.
And then I didn't get a chance to try a turkey leg either. I just never made it that far over.
Were they fried or smoked or what?
I'm not sure. They were walking around looking delicious is what they were.
Yeah, Rebecca pointed out to me, I didn't see anyone eating them or whatever, but she's like, there's they got turkey legs here. And I was like, oh man.
The Speakeasy put out beignets, and those were so good. Nice. And also the prettiest Bloody Marys came out of that door. Each one was just a piece of art.
Now, did they do it like they did last year with the shrimp and like the celery stick and everything out of it? Or
It was the first year we called it the kitchen sink because she literally put everything in anything, and we
I
watched
love it.
people compare theirs out on the avenue, like, what did you get, kind of thing.
did you see these things last year?
They were good.
No.
This
Oh,
year,
man.
right on par.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we did Jello shots. That was a big deal. And the dill pickle shots.
Which went over great, apparently. Right?
Yeah, that was interesting.
I have to try those. Never had a pickle shot.
Yeah,
I
we'll do those
honestly,
again.
I had never even heard of a pickle shot
Me neither. Like just
until like I had a meeting with someone. I won't go into who the meeting was with, but Miss Rebecca and I were both, at this meeting, and the other person who was there ordered a pickle shot. And I'm like, what the hell is a pickle shot? Yeah, it was it's a huge thing now. And you had a tip about the pickle shots for next year, didn't you? Was it the pickle shots?
The pickle shots are, well, I'm not going to say what the other thing was because then there'd be like everybody doing it. But
okay, you got to keep those trade
we
secrets.
kind of got a little secret coming up for next year. Yeah.
All right. So keep your eye out for next year, when you make your way down to Mardi Gras, because it really is fun. And overall, it's kind of a family-friendly situation. I mean, of course, there's alcohol there, but for the most part, like if you want to be like the debaucherous type, and you want to go to the New Orleans, you want to go to St. Louis or whatever and show body parts, keep it on the other side of the river, But over here, it was nice. It was tame. There were kids there. There's actually like a alligator alley was kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So yeah, that was pretty cool. So we had a really good time.
Yeah.
So it was nice.
And we had a few things coming up in the district in the next week. Tomorrow night is, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say, or early evening is the Classic Tuesday. It's when
Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, I think I've never actually seen that one.
Really?
Yeah, right. Me of all
The
people.
rest of
Yeah.
the scene's
You've not
iconic.
seen that?
No, but I think I can reenact it if you all want me to.
Are you going to see it?
Thanks, Kim.
I hope you go see the movie.
I am.
Oh,
I am.
great.
But I'm most looking forward to Valentine's Day opening One Love, the Bob.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Bob Marley movie. I believe it's called One Love.
Okay.
And I
think
really
you're right.
am looking forward to seeing that.
Did you see they're making Michael Jackson?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's really interesting because his nephew is playing him in the movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Jermaine Jackson's, I think it's Jermaine, his son is playing Michael in the movie.
Oh, wow.
But that looks like it's going to be pretty good also.
Yeah, that's bound to be a blockbuster.
I have a question to ask you guys. You guys can help me out on this. Is it biopic or biopic?
Oh, I say
Oh,
biopic.
I say-
Biopic sounds like it's something you're getting being
Yeah.
operated on or something.
Yeah.
It sounds like some kind of
Biopic for me
operation.
too.
Biopic?
I always
Yeah.
said biopic. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was just curious because you have a biography, when someone writes something about you. So I was thinking biopic if someone makes, a moving picture or a picture or a movie about you. So
It's
I've always
really
been
all
curious
how
about
you want to
that.
say the O, right? I
Yeah.
guess.
Biopic or biopic?
I don't know. I think somebody should ask Siri to say it.
But many will
That's a
show
good
up for
idea.
it.
a
That's
good
for
idea.
sure.
Do you see that Microsoft has pushed out a new thing now? It's called Copilot.
Yeah, that I've been in the beta on that for a while. It's Chat GPT integrated with every Microsoft device. Microsoft has spent a ton of money implementing AI. They're ahead of the game on that.
Yeah.
And reportedly, Windows 12 is going to be laden with it. So
Remember
ready.
Windows 10 was the last one?
yeah,
Remember
well,
Windows 10 was the last
yeah.
one.
I mean, Apple said that too with OS 10. Remember they used to call it OS X, and now it's just Mac OS, and they just keep releasing versions of it.
Yeah.
Like we're
Over
on-
and over
Yeah.
and over.
Which, I mean, that's fine or whatever. But the AI thing, I think one of these weeks, Nick, we need to get into a show on that.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I think that AI is really going to be.
It's scary. I'm too new to it right now. But yeah.
Right now,
wanna-
it's stupid.
Yeah. Right now, it really is. Right now.
It's a
I don't-
language model.
Right now, I'm not liking it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, even Elon Musk has been like, and this guy's like all into technology. He's got Neuralink and all this other stuff. even he is like, we need to put a stop to this. Like, we need to really put
It's boring.
the brakes on this, and we need to like regulate this and everything else. Because
So-
he's like,
Yeah.
That those are all well and good opinions, but they've already opened the box, and you can't unopen the box because even if the United States government said, okay, this is like, cloning, they said no cloning, right?
yeah,
There are other countries out there that are perfecting cloning right now, and
Right.
that's not nobody really. I don't want to say nobody really cares about that, but that's not as like world altering as artificial general intelligence would be. But even if the United States government said we're done, there's a cap on what you can do with
they're not
AI.
done.
Every other country is going to be
Right.
ahead of us because they're not going to stop. You've already started the arms race with it,
Yeah.
and it's on. It can't be stopped. It's too late.
Well, here's the thing: we're not done with it either.
No.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're not done with it either. They've got little test tubes and like
Oh no.
big tubes of people and deformed bodies floating in water or formaldehyde or whatever it is that they're already, getting in on there. So, Nick, how was your week?
It was a rough one. I'm not gonna sit here and say great, but I will persevere. It's all whatever. Tomorrow's another day and everything. So
You know what? I always figure as long as I wake up on this side of the dirt.
yep.
We're doing all
This side of
right.
the dirt. I like that one. Yeah.
So, all right, Kim,
Well,
what do you got? You got anything?
Yeah, let's take a minute and wish the owners of Omega, they sold their business.
Oh yeah.
Wish them a retirement if that's what
Happy
they're
retirement,
doing.
Vorse
Good
family,
luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With whatever's going forward. And I am so happy that it has sold. So it's not just
I'm
going to
happy
be.
it was sold too. Also, to be honest with you, because Dave Batson,
Yes.
he knows what's going on. He's a hell of a guitar player. And for those of you, and he probably hates this by now, whatever. But if you ever listen to Sammy and the Snow Monkeys when they were around, did you ever get to listen to them?
Mhm.
Oh man,
I know, Dave.
Yeah, they were awesome. They were
Is
pretty
he
good.
in partners with someone? Do you know that?
Yes,
Yes.
over at Omega.
Is it?
Mike Redenbow.
But I would have got his name right. Dang it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah. So wishing them the best.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
they'll be supported well and received well.
They both for sure know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
They've got a lot of plans for the entire building, not
Mhm.
just Omega.
Yeah,
And I see they're already starting some changes.
studio space.
Mhm.
The
Up there,
KISS
yeah.
signs that have been hanging forever on the Niedering House side are down. That was interesting to see today.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's about all I got. The Mill has a concert coming up on the 24th. We've got time to talk about that again, I guess, but get your tickets.
Is that the Black Keys and the White Stripes or Jack White? That
It
music by
is.
them?
Yes.
I think I'd like to see that. I like both of those.
No, they changed
artists.
their name to,
So that's
or maybe they
actually them?
enhanced their name
Okay.
to
No, it's not them.
Oh, okay.
to the Monochromes.
Oh yeah, the Monochromes. Yeah,
Right.
they're like they're a tribute band
Okay.
to the Black Keys and the
Jack
White
White,
Stripe and Jack
yeah.
White. They don't
Okay.
say White Stripe. They say
Right.
yeah.
Speaking of tribute bands, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but Miss Rebecca and I went to go see a group called Badfish.
Mhm.
They're a tribute band for Sublime.
Oh, cool.
Oh man,
Good stuff.
it was a freaking awesome show. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been to a Sublime concert.
Mhm.
I'm not real familiar with who the guys look like or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know better, I would have sworn I was at a Sublime concert.
Yeah.
It was high energy. These guys played their asses off, and it was incredible. And then there was a reggae group in front of them called Quasi Kings.
hmm
Those guys were awesome. And then there was a white speed rapper on before them. His name was Damn Skippy.
Oh
And,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was pretty good. Anyway, just speaking of tribute bands,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I just saw a tribute band to Depeche Mode. They're called Strange Love.
I saw that. Yeah.
I saw them with a flock of seagulls, and then I'm going to see them in April again. Strange Love with a David Bowie tribute band
Oh,
that's
that'd be
opening.
awesome.
Electric Duke, it's called, and I'm really looking forward to that. They were great, the Strange Love band. Yeah.
Tribute bands are awesome.
Oh, they're
I mean,
fun,
if
man.
They're
Yeah,
good.
they're really-
They're
yeah.
awesome.
Because you know the
Yes.
music already, like very well, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
So get your tickets
Monochromes at the Mill.
at the Mill.
That's
24th.
the 24th. I'll be at that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be pretty awesome. So, all right, so let's get into it, shall we?
So the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, all kinds of stuff going on there, huh?
Yeah, I made some predictions and I sent them to Chuck because I wanted to, it's better when it comes true. When you predicted something and it happens, you say, yeah, I told you that was going to happen. What? No, I had to leave the evidence. I had to leave the receipts.
Okay, cool.
With
Chuck did not share this with us.
Oh, but not all of my predictions came to fruition.
But we have to make Nick a part of our group chat. I mean, he is part of the family, so
absolutely.
Oh, sure, I didn't know there was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So one of my predictions was that there was going to be UFO alien imagery in the production of the Super Bowl, like most likely in the commercials. Yeah. And there was.
It was all over the place.
Man. It was all over the place.
It was
right.
all over.
Yeah. I also said there was going to be, you're going to see the number 11, the number 33, and the number 93, which yesterday was the 11th, which I don't think that counts. Well, it kind of does count.
Yeah.
But the address of the stadium was 3333.
See that? No, I was looking for the 33 numbers, but I didn't see it. But with you saying that's interesting.
Also, oh no, wait, it's Highway 93 runs into the stadium. Okay, and on Highway 93 is also Rachel, Nevada extraterrestrial highway, which goes right to Area 51. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
That's extraterrestrial highway is on the same highway that would take you to was it Allegiant
Stadium?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there was that. There's always some kind of occultic stuff, which I didn't watch the Super Bowl, by the way. I watched the commercials today.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see like little clips of Taylor Swift's friends.
Everybody saw that.
Like all in black, and one of them was given the devil horns sign. Did you see that?
I did not.
And I think she's an artist too.
Well, she does a lot of what people refer to as satanic imagery in not a lot, but in her videos as well.
Yes.
So it kind of like goes back to that whole, you talked before about music and Satan worshiping and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So because someone made a post about that as well. Yeah.
It's, I mean, I'm at the point where I don't think these artists worship Satan. I do think that they are playing along with some kind. It's either a psychological operation or it's really like the record companies get them like, well, you have to salute Satan when you're in public. I think that there must be some kind of deal, but I don't know if it's really real, like, because they're involved in Luciferianism or something like these black magic, or if it's just to give that the appearance that they are. But it's one of the two, because you always see this. I mean, it's and we've talked about it here. We've talked about it's not just Taylor was Sam Smith at the Kanye over the years, Beyonce, Jay-Z, so many artists. You know what I mean?
Which is interesting because you mentioned Kanye, like he has his own church now.
Yeah,
it may, and I may be wrong. My friend Lucas can tell me differently, but he catches the show every once in a while. But it's like the Church of Kanye, and it's like he.
Okay, go.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what he's teaching, because I was talking to him one day, and I was asking him, I may ask people, hey, do you go to church? Where do you go to church? What are your religious beliefs? Everything is taboo. I'm going to ask you. But he goes, oh yeah, he's like, I've been listening to Kanye West here lately. He's like, I've been listening to the Church of Kanye, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I've been listening to the Church of Kanye. He's all about this and that. And I was like, okay, but yeah, he's got like his own kind of religious thing going on. I don't know if it's on the Jim Jones level or whatever, but like
not yet. You're right.
Yeah.
I do believe he became Christian. Is he still Christian, or did he change his mind, or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said,
know.
I don't follow him. It's just interesting that he has his own church, right?
Well, I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it does seem like.
And he's fighting with Ozzy Osbourne.
The Church of Jesus.
Oh yeah, good for Ozzy on that one, man.
Fight.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine you imagine even getting into a fist fight with Ozzy Osbourne? I mean, no disrespect.
I'm the
but,
Prince
I
of
don't
Darkness.
know. He bit a bat's head off.
Yeah, when he was young.
Now, hold on.
Well,
And he thought it was fake.
yeah, he thought it was fake
Yeah.
when he did that. That wasn't intentional.
You go,
How
Ozzy.
long did that take? And at what point did he think, oh, wait, it's real?
He thought that somebody threw a toy, like one of those
Yeah.
rubber bats, up on the stage. And so he grabbed it
Oh.
and he was going to bite its head off. And it was real.
Yeah.
The thing
And he's
didn't
like, I
fly?
had blood in my mouth. And like he's had an interview. He's like, I didn't think it was real.
How
Yeah.
did someone throw a bat on
I
stage?
don't
The thing
know.
doesn't fly? Okay, I mean,
People throw everything
Right.
on stage.
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking the
these
thing
bats, you know.
didn't fly away, you know?
It's like, I guess it was stunned. You just got thrown
Wow.
onto a stage.
Wow, man.
But the show
Wow.
must go on.
So that's even stranger than Kanye and his own church.
Well, you know what Ozzy did on purpose? He snorted a line of ants.
Oh,
I
wow.
did
You know
What?
that, yeah.
Yeah. Snorted a
Yeah.
line of ants with a straw. Yeah.
Why?
He's the
Because
Prince
he's
of
Ozzy
Darkness.
Osbourne, Prince of Darkness, man. Come
Maybe
on.
his revenue was down. He couldn't afford cocaine. I don't know.
I wonder what it did for him. Oh, God.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what kind of ants they
All
were.
right.
They
I can see the
firing?
smoke
Hope we don't
coming
lose
from
any
Ken's
listeners here.
ears. So
Mm.
yeah, let's get back to the Super Bowl imagery here. You know, we're talking about, you know, the different artists and musicians and the Satan worshiping Taylor Swift and the, you know, throwing the devil signs.
Yeah. So what I was saying was that Taylor's friends were all dressed in black, and one of them, and man, I don't remember her name because I just learned it before I got here, and I don't know her music. Was doing like both her hands, was doing these like a couple times, you know what I mean? And then the guy sitting next to her was doing some kind of thing like that too, but I couldn't really make it out. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
So-
sure who it was next to her.
So in that case, if my theory is correct, and these recording artists just go along with this, you know, throwing the devil horns up and this stuff, you know, and all that, because this is supposed to mean 666. I know it means okay, and now it's all supposed to mean white power. It's a W, or
Yeah.
it can mean West Side. You
It's
know what I
got all
mean, like
kinds of
West
meanings,
Coast. So
yeah.
yeah, but it can mean 666 because you got 6 and
Yeah. It just repeats itself.
3 6,
Yeah,
right. So, and you see them doing that a lot, and like celebrities, not just recording artists, but actors, and you know what I mean, actresses. So I'm thinking maybe they were like, they had to do that. You know what I mean? They were told, you know, well, you're going to be in public. You're on the world stage. This is the Super Bowl, the biggest thing. You know, you gotta salute. You gotta represent. You know what I mean? So, and Taylor probably was like, well, I'm not going to do it, but I'll bring some friends that will do it. You know, I don't know. I don't believe they worship Satan. No, I do not believe that.
I believe they follow the brand.
I feel, yes.
Because if you don't follow the brand of everything, then you're not going to continue to be popular.
That's what
Right.
it
I
is.
think there are certain artists that take it a little bit extreme with, you know, like custom blood infused sneakers and stuff. And
Stupid shit.
go a little out. But, you know, and obviously I don't condone any of that, anything that has to do with devil or Satan worshiping or whatever. But I will say that those folks that have done that do gain popularity, although it be usually pretty short. It does. The limelight of scandal and just ridiculous things brings popularity.
Yeah, I think it's more controversy.
Yeah.
I think it's more. I like the word that you used, limelight, for sure.
Mhm.
I think controversy is it because the signs of the devil and things like that, you know, and the satanic imagery are very polarizing in our country.
Mhm.
You know, especially because you have, you know, the extreme right wing that's, you know, Bible thumping right wing, and then you have the Bible burning left wing, you know, on some levels, and then you have, you know, it's the controversy that sells, and I think music and just entertainment in general are the biggest purveyors of that, and then the media takes hold of it, you know, just to kind of stir the pot a little bit. And I think I agree with you because I think controversy sells records.
There's also, yeah. Oh, sure. There's a lot more to say, you know, the recording industry and the occult ties or whatever. They're, you know, could talk about like Clive Davis, who, the whole, you know, the death of Whitney Houston and all
Yeah.
that. I it's not in this notebook, but I got some notes on that, like the day that it happened, how she it was like she was in a bathtub. She was left in the bathtub for like hours and hours while this party went on in this hotel that like downstairs or above it. I wish I had that with me right now. I'm going to bring that stuff in and talk about it.
Yeah, there's a
that
lot
was
of mystery
like
surrounding that.
I think that's who Michael Jackson referred to as when they said, "Give me one word to describe Clive Davis." Shit, I hope it's Clive Davis. It might have been. It might have been the other guy because they're both like it's. And he said devilish, not even evil. He said devilish,
which is kind of worse.
Yeah, that's right there,
you know,
man. That's the CEO. That's the main man.
Kim, you look a little frightened over there.
No, just I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. But really, to go back to the other Super Bowl stuff and the alien stuff and all that, they really, really, really want to drum that into your head. They really want that all to saturate that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
normalizing.
And that's why I don't
word.
think, to be honest with you, I don't think that Travis Kelce is Taylor Swift's type. So I don't even buy that it's a legitimate.
I was thinking that earlier.
He doesn't.
I think it's manufactured.
I think it's the real deal.
Yeah.
I don't know, because if you remember Britney Spears and K-Fed, that was not her type either. Yet it happened.
Well, he was a dancer and she was a singer and a dancer.
And he's a multi-million-dollar football player too.
I know.
So,
he just grunts and sweats and runs and all that, and I just don't see her liking that. So I think it's really just totally fixed, and they're going to break up real soon.
Well, she'll have more material for a new song.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Look, she was very beneficial to
Let
the
me
NFL.
finish. Right. That's exactly what it's
you
all
might
about.
Have something.
Everybody watches the Super Bowl, except maybe young girls don't watch the Super Bowl. Now they did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So they got everybody with Taylor there, and now it's like everybody know what an alien is. Everybody know you're ready to see this stuff. Okay.
In the NFL, and I can't give you exact numbers because I was done with the NFL years ago when they started pulling a bunch of political crap, and I'm like, it's a sport, let's keep politics out of it or whatever, and then it was just, I was very put off by the way they handled some things, right? And so I think that they've had a black eye in middle America and things like that since what was that, like 2018, 2019? It started with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, It started with a lot of that. And we don't need to get into that right now because I know that's a very polarizing thing. Also, I think it was orchestrated, that whole thing to divide our country. I really do think that. But the NFL has taken kind of a beating over the last few years or whatever.
Really?
And what better way than to have a Cinderella story, with Taylor Swift, a Super Bowl, playing football player, a Super Bowl athlete or whatever. And I kind of agree with you. I think that here soon, I think this was manufactured by two entertainers and, entertainment corporations, whether it be the NFL and whoever Taylor Swift's people are, or whatever, just to kind of bring the NFL back to a higher viewership, because I would be really interested to know.
That makes sense too,
Huh?
That makes very good sense.
Yeah, I would be really interested to know what the Super Bowl numbers were last year compared to this year.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we'll know soon.
If you guys have those out there, let us know. Like, if you're involved in that at all, or if that's something that can be looked up. I don't know if Engineer Bill has time to look that up or whatever.
You're looking for like viewership
2023 versus 2024 for the Super Bowl. But excuse me, the big game. Don't sue me, NFL. I'm just a small guy here, right? But
with
no,
deep pockets.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. I think that there's something very weird going on.
I think something is orchestrated with it, but I just maybe be off on this or that. I mean, maybe like with Travis and Taylor working together, maybe they've fallen in love for real. You know what I mean?
115 million viewers in 2023, and so far 120 in 2024.
Okay. Yeah.
So another 5 million. You got some ladies in there. That's what happened.
Somewhat.
Some ladies.
Okay.
Watching
yeah.
for
Oh yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, that's just kind of my thoughts on it, and
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that there was some collusion. I guess I don't know if you can really call that collaboration.
Collusion.
Well, I'm gonna hope that if it was a made for, that it turned into
maybe
because Taylor's got a lot of things. I mean, she couldn't go through all the money that she has, right? But she can't stop the clock. She's getting older daily. She hasn't been married. She doesn't have any children. Maybe this is her time.
I certainly don't
okay with that.
wish that it's not or anything.
If not, it's going to be a hell of a song if it isn't.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're not ever watching the NFL again.
Oh.
This was the only game in the NFL that I've watched in the last, I would say, 4 years.
Really?
Yep, the only one. And honestly, the reason was my neighbors from across the street invited us over. We went over, had some food. It was a damn good game. Like it was an awesome game. But yeah.
Well, it's my little thing about the Super Bowl. We do watch it in my house. I'm a boy mom. They're all grown now. But what I did not like about the Super Bowl was the first time they changed the overtime rules.
Yeah.
That sucked. It was always sudden death. As soon as it goes into overtime, whoever scores, that's the end.
I read a little thing.
No, it's overtime
49ers
now.
didn't even know they changed them.
Yeah, I just read a little thing about that. Yeah.
But it's a brand new game. When overtime is a brand new quarter. That's
what though? It didn't take long for it to finish it.
Did you like it that way, or did you rather go sudden death?
I mean, I think the sudden death thing brings more intensity to it. Because
me too.
Listen, if they're on the 10-yard line and they only got a little bit to go, if they do this, they win it. But then again, I mean, I guess the whole new game thing also brings a different perspective to it too. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about it.
I'm a sudden death guy.
Me too.
Like I think that the rules were okay. I guess that's the era we live in now. But like in the day, it was like if you're tired at the end of the game, beat the hell out of each other until the next person gets across the line one way or the other. And I thought that was cool because you're not playing with like, okay, they got the ball, they got to score. Now it's our turn. We get to score.
It's more dramatic. Sudden death is more dramatic.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, think about it. You have overtime or you have
sudden death.
So I mean that's just again my opinion, which is about worth the air that comes out of my mouth on that. But so what else did you notice? Anything?
No, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I just watched
the advertising because that's really where they get people. Everyone watches it for the advertising, right?
Yeah, there was one. There was one where, what was it for Dr. Pepper, and it was like a portal or something, like that swallowed these football players up. That was kind of weird. Yeah, it was kind of strange, But yeah.
Did you watch any of the halftime at all?
No.
Like, have you seen any video from it?
No.
Okay, so based on what we're talking about, Kim, did you watch the halftime?
We did.
I did.
Yes.
Okay, and what did you guys think?
I'm a sound guy and just an engineer. So I was watching, and obviously the audio, like especially with the lead vocals, was a little like the sound guys didn't make it. It may have been great in the stadium, but for the online and on TV, it probably wasn't the best. But then there towards the end, where they're all doing the end of the number and they're jumping on the stage, this stage is flexing by like a foot at least. Like you can just watch it from the camera angle. And I was waiting for disaster. And that sounds horrible, but I was literally waiting for disaster. Like, and this isn't a cheap stage they put out there either. It's an LED stage.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You liked it?
I did.
Anything about the imagery catch your eye or anything like that?
Nope. I was too busy watching Usher, and then
Usher almost getting naked.
Well, I was kind of more excited about the roller skating, to be quite honest, because
that was
just awesome.
So I kind of felt like I was about to watch Starlight Express, bust out on the stage there. You familiar with the show?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I liked it. I liked all the surprise guests that popped up.
Yeah.
It was my kids' era.
Alicia Keys was kind of cool to see up there.
Yeah.
That piano, oh my gosh. Which, for
Yeah.
me, the piano, there was a whole lot of, Nick, since you didn't watch it, there was a whole lot of red in the Super Bowl, a whole lot of flames and things like that.
Yeah.
And like Portal, you mentioned Portal earlier, like there was a part where Usher was on the stage, and it's like, I get that it's just graphics and things like that, but when you look at the whole context of what we're talking about, now I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, these guys think the Super Bowl is the devil.
Hold on, was there any Saturn? Did you see any Saturn imagery
on the stage?
Saturn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
On the actual stage that they were on, there was a lot of.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
What could have
timepiece,
been,
you know,
yeah.
like the stage turned into a timepiece at one point. Also,
That's okay.
Yeah. So.
Saturn's supposed to be. I mean, it's big in the occult world and everything. Like, I don't,
Well, the
some
whole
people
thing,
even think it's hell. Some people think it's a big time thing, and
yeah. So I'm going to go. Like, I love these shows because I feel I can go out on a limb and, not be, labeled a quack or something like that, but just like some food for thought. There's a whole lot of, if you're looking at it from a spiritual standpoint, imagery, actions, events, and things like that are going on. I'm just going to kind of paint a stupid picture here for people.
Sure,
okay. First of all,
yeah.
First Super Bowl held in Las Vegas. What is Las Vegas known as?
City of
Oh,
Sin.
City of Sin, yeah.
City of Sin.
Okay.
Sin City, right?
Oh yeah, fire,
You know,
red.
Right. Fire, when we talk about when you look at the Super Bowl, also the Super Bowl is, and I learned this when I worked for a social justice company. The Super Bowl is the #1 event in the world that has the highest number of sex trafficking. And that occurs in the area. So, I mean, you look at just all of the, you look at the imagery that we're talking about, look at the, entertainers that we're talking about, stuff like how they, quote unquote, sell their souls to the devil, or at least they, man, it's not good for a show host not to be able to find his words.
They give you the appearance of
the impression,
that it
yes,
is.
the appearance,
You know
the
what I mean?
impression that that's what they do.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I want to talk about Travis Kelce and Andy Reid here in a minute also. Are we changing the expectation using these big games and things like that, the Super Bowl in particular, to shift the dynamic between person to person? And, the NFL is probably one of the biggest sports, one of the most powerful sports organizations out there. Like, they can control people with the money and things like that, I'm just curious if this particular time of year is not a time of conditioning, and we take it a little bit at a time and a little bit at a time. And I say that because I think it was before 1993, like entertainers and that, I need to start calling it a big game because they're probably going to end up suing my ass, right? So the entertainers didn't even come on board until like 1993, and the first one was Michael Jackson. I mean, he was huge to bring, to bring it on here, and because beforehand, it was this kind of thing where they didn't really have halftime shows. Okay, but CBS and Fox pulled something during like the Super Bowl in '92 or whatever, and they lost a lot of viewership. So like, well, we're going to put a stop to this. We have to keep people tuned into us. So next year is the following is when they have Michael Jackson on. I guess what I'm trying to say long-windedly is, are we getting to a point where they're using this particular game to kind of start shifting the dynamic? And is this particular football league using their power, their influence, and their authority to shift dynamics also? Because even with this game, with, Taylor Swift coming there, it may be 5 million. We may find out that number later on is a little bit larger, but to bring in more of their viewers. Am I making any sense at all?
That's what I totally think, I totally think that could be possible. I don't want to ruin anybody's Cinderella story or anything.
Sure.
that could.
The numbers are going to be much bigger when it's all said and done.
Yeah. It's just a theory. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's a workable theory. We were at a restaurant during a huge amount of the big game. I'm not getting sued. Of the big game. And they had several TVs on, and there was a table, a family throughout the restaurant, but closest to us, there was a mom, dad, probably in their 30s type thing. They had 4 little girls at that table. And I would say they probably ranged from 11 down to 4. And then there was a newborn. They all had phones. They were all just glued to the TV, watching it. Every time Taylor Swift was on, they would just scream. And in between, they were Googling things about Travis.
Oh, wow.
Taylor's
She's
boyfriend.
going to be the best thing to ever happen to this man.
That's for sure.
And it was just so fun to watch because that's all they cared about. And then today, when I opened the daycare, I've got all these moms coming in, and the stories were just repeated over and over about how these little 5, 6, 7-year-old girls were glued and groups of little girls. So it's kind of cool. Hell of a marketing play.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So you say it was kind of cool, but let me ask you, is it really cool?
Yeah.
That they're bringing these very young girls into this. Like, that's exactly who they're going for. Yeah, that's exactly who they're, I don't use this word specifically. That's exactly who they are targeting.
And how many 30-something-year-old women, late 30s,
with Usher
today bought Usher tickets around the St. Louis area.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I had mommies that didn't go to work today until they got their thumb on those tickets at 10 a.m.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, there was a lot going on. This was the 1980s babies' dream, that half show. And then throw in Taylor Swift for the little kids. Then the men have their super. It was gold.
Listen, it's the goal of every marketer to grab every age group, and the only age group they didn't grab was the boomers. And honestly, if you watch the commercials, there was even a commercial in there that was a throwback to the original Kennedy campaign. For Kennedy Jr.
Robert,
yeah.
And here's the thing about the commercials. I've always watched the Super Bowl for the commercials, specifically the Clydesdales when they make their appearance. I did not see a single commercial. Those were the times I left the room to go to the bathroom, to get a snack, to do this, to do that, to check on someone because I didn't want to miss what was happening in the Taylor box. So,
nice.
Yeah, I don't know that the commercials got a whole lot of attention this year. That was the break.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned the Clydesdales. I didn't see. I mean, I think there was maybe 1 or 2 Budweiser commercials.
It was a good one.
It was a good one, but remember, like Budweiser used to make some of the best commercials.
Make you cry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one after 9/11.
Oh my God! And them horses. Oh, don't get us started.
I know. I get chills just thinking about like how emotional that commercial was.
And then they added in the dogs. Oh wow! Oh, that's the end of that. Puppy bowl, kitten bowl. Anybody? No. Okay, well, I live a weird life.
So to get away from that, with no segue, do we have that video?
We do. I was actually about to bring that up. So what we're about to show here is something that Nick had actually brought to my attention a couple of weeks ago, and I was watching it. He sent it to me, and we want to show you this video real quick. It's really.
Let me explain what you're watching real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, 10 years ago, the Malaysian flight 370 disappeared, still has not been found. Now, some wreckage has washed up on shore. A kid found it, but I don't think any government agency has stuck their name to that and saying that's what it is, that's from 370. Anyway, 4 days after this incident, 4 days after it went missing, this video appeared on the internet anonymously. I believe it was either 4chan or 8chan, one of the chans, where you can anonymously upload things, post things. And this is believed to be the actual plane, and it disappearing before your eyes.
Okay.
Now, sure, planes can be. Let's just watch it, and then I'll talk some more, and then maybe we can watch it again.
Just so you guys know, there is no sound to this video.
Okay.
I find it interesting the things flying around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you notice, they came in at different times also.
Yeah.
And they're in perfect synchronicity around this craft.
So there it goes. You see it?
I did.
Okay, so the interesting thing about this is that I'm sure a video like this can be reproduced, faked, and so on. But the man that brought this, that has analyzed this, not the man that's brought it forward, because we don't know who brought it forward. But this man, Ashton Forbes, that has done very deep analysis on it, a lot of investigation on it, basically says that it can't be faked. Here's what he says. He's offering $145,000 to the person that faked it, if somebody faked it. He put this offer out, I think, 3 months ago, and so far, no one has come forward claiming that they hoaxed this video.
That's a lot of money to keep quiet, you know?
Yes, that's a lot of money. It's just, if you just want to hoax something, okay, yeah, sure, I hoaxed it. It was a good one. Now give me my money. That's a lot of money. One of his, Mr. Forbes, one of his theories is that, it was abducted by an alien spacecraft. Another one, though, that he leans more on, can't find my words either, is that it's a teleportation experiment, a government, Black Ops teleportation experiment. Because if you notice, the satellite is following the plane, when it disappears. If it was an alien kind of abduction scenario, well, chances are they're not going to really capture that, you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
Right.
So there you go. It's been 10 years since Malaysian 370 went missing. No trace. Nobody knows anything.
Well, what do you think was those lights?
Some kind of if it was not a hoax, some kind of device, some kind of technology to, there was 3 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and as Chuck said, they all entered at different times, and some kind of teleportation devices.
Well, the first thing I would think is that $145,000 is not a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Damn, how much money you got sitting over there?
I mean, it's not even, it's a middle income house.
It'd solve a lot of my problems in one lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
Until you just bought yourself more problems. But I mean, it's not life-changing money. It just isn't.
But
Right,
if I
I would
was
agree with
some
that,
little snotty dude in a garage and
I
made
would hold
a
out
video,
for a whole lot more. Like, that's not enough for
Yeah,
you to
but
come forward
I don't know though,
and be
because
proven a prankster or a
Well,
imposter. Now, 145 million. Oh yeah, you can call me that all day
well,
long.
hold on though. But you're not a prankster. If you were a prankster, you'd want the credit for it, maybe.
Brian White is calling.
Oh,
What the hell?
Okay. I don't know that. Should we take the call?
Brian Price?
Yeah, I don't know.
Does he know what you're doing?
It's
or
Brian with the Y, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Is he
Brian
is he
Price,
saying
isn't it?
anything? Because he might have something to
Is that the
input.
same Price?
Oh, well,
it's
No.
Price. Yeah, it's Brian
Yeah,
Price.
it's Brian
Okay,
Price.
All right. Well, maybe I don't know. Huh.
I mean, he knows the way in if he's here.
Exactly.
He might know something about the plane, the thing.
I think that
Well, here, let's just do this. You guys chat for a minute. I'm gonna
ask Brian if he was trying to call. I think those lights is what gives me pause.
Mhm.
They were symmetrical. They didn't change.
Yeah, they went like around it.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
and then
hold
the
on.
splash at the end. That
Yeah. There's also he does other like these other analysis of the video where thermo something where you can see like where the heat is and it's different colors and where the exhaust is coming from and he says it's the exact kind of plane, the exhaust is coming from the exact place where it would. It follows part of the flight path, same atmospheric conditions of that night. Yeah,
let's watch it one more time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Can we bring it back up?
Yep. All right. So here we have the plane entering in. Here comes the first.
I see it.
And it starts a pattern, and then in comes the second one. Well, it kind of looks like the second one almost breaks off of the first one, and the third one comes in down like that.
There they
It's
are.
like a pinwheel.
Yeah.
Counterclockwise, yeah.
And again, it looks like they're circling probably right at the center of the plane. And there it goes. It's not even like it doesn't even look like it's an explosion or anything.
You don't think it's fake?
No.
Oh.
Do you?
I don't know enough about it. I disagree with the money thing. I think if I was a prankster and I put that, I'd be like, okay, fine, you got me. I want my money.
Right.
That would change a lot
baby.
for me, to be honest. Yeah. But I don't know enough about that kind of thing to really call it. You know what I mean? To say like I don't know enough about video editing. You know what I mean? I don't know how you would fake something like that. I'm sure some film student would know how to do something like that.
I think digitally, so having a little experience in that, I think digitally, it wouldn't be that hard to fake.
Yeah, I just go with
which is why I agree with you about the money.
Yeah, I just go with like psychologically. I think I know people very well, and what motivates people to do things and that kind of thing. So I would think if somebody out and whoever did, if somebody did hoax that, they know that Ashton Forbes is looking at this because this guy has thousands of followers and he uploads videos like every other day about this thing. He's obsessed with it. I'm sure the hoaxer at least knows it's being talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and is not coming forward to pick up the cash.
Yeah. So my mom, Kim, agrees with you. She's on board with you about it. When I look at a video like that, I mean, obviously I always look at it through skeptic's eyes, but then I have to look at it through, okay, I mean, is this something that could actually be done? Because the main question that I always ask when I see videos of something like this is, why was the plane being filmed? Because the orbs or whatever's orbiting it was not there until after someone was videoing it.
That's what makes me think it was a government thing or black ops kind of thing.
Like maybe someone on the inside leaked the footage because they were supposed to be filming it.
Yes, and this Forbes brings up a suspect who he thinks could have done that. This guy that went to prison, and he thinks it could have been for that. Gosh, I'm not prepared. No, but yeah. Someone basically had it, like, knew about it, had the video, did not like that these people were missing. Maybe it was just a teleportation experiment. Maybe they were supposed to come back. I don't know. And then had it weighed on him, it weighed on his heart, or whatever, and his conscience. And so he gave it up and then maybe got in trouble. And
well, it definitely doesn't look like an explosion, because an explosion.
Oh, no, not an explosion.
Colored,
no.
And I mean, you might not be able to see, debris coming, from
You'd
the
see something,
plane.
some
Yeah,
kind
but
of, yeah.
as fast as it was. Like if it was an explosion, I guess I kind of feel like it would have lasted maybe in a second or two longer. It would just kind of be like
It all
it's
just,
gone.
yeah, right.
So they did find the Amelia Earhart records though. Did you see that?
Well, wait,
No.
what did they confirm it was hers?
The article I read said that it was confirmed, like 90 years later or something like that.
Wow,
They
man.
confirmed it was hers. Yeah.
Yeah, there was it was right off an island of where she was supposed to have gone or flown over, and this man, he went there with the sole purpose of finding it, and there it was. But I didn't read that it was confirmed. I knew that he had seen it on his radar thing and the sonar deal, and both these things, I think next time I'm on, we'll definitely I'll have more information on the on the Malaysian plane, or the investigation of it. I wonder if Travis and Taylor will still be around.
No, they're not. It's probably over by now.
No.
I'm interested to take a look at and find out what happened to like the Bermuda Triangle. Like, remember when we were younger? I mean, you and I are relatively close in age. I mean, remember when we were younger? Like, that was one of the big things to be scared of. Yeah, the Bermuda Triangle, because all these planes kept disappearing and like not reappearing.
One thing I think is really exciting about the Bermuda Triangle, something very interesting, is that Christopher Columbus was in that vicinity and wrote about in his journals about lights in the sky that he didn't understand. Yeah, like it's in his journal. So that's interesting. Then there's this other pilot that was in the vicinity of the Bermuda Triangle, and I think was in 1980, and he flew through some kind of vortex or some kind of distortion. And he said it depleted his fuel. He had to and then it turned out it was like 5-6 hours later or something like that. He doesn't know. It's just
We're watching a show right now I think it's on Netflix, called Manifest.
Oh yeah,
I think. Yeah,
I started watching that, and I don't know why I just didn't get back to it. But yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good show. It's kind of along that line.
Yeah,
these people get on their plane, they hit some turbulence, and then when they get off the plane, it's been 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, I mean,
there are people went on, remarried. You know what I mean? Things like that. I thought that story was.
I have to remember that one.
Yeah,
Manifest. Yeah.
How would you feel if you came back? Bill, you're married. Kim, you're married. How would you feel if you came back and like just disappeared and you come back and all of a sudden you've been declared dead, and you know that your wife has moved on or your husband's moved on,
and you didn't know what happened to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, devastated, because you basically be homeless, because I mean, your significant other isn't just going to be like, oh, okay, well, hey, new guy, you're done now. My old husband's back, and
you'd be very lonely.
Your bank account and credit cards have all been canceled. Your car's been sold.
Yeah.
All your clothes have been gotten rid of. You're a homeless man.
Nobody would relate to you.
No.
Right. No,
nobody. It would be very
my
lonely
attorney
existence.
would, as we go after that life insurance money.
Well, it's interesting because if I remember the last episode that Miss Rebecca and I watched, like there was an insurance policy paid out on one of the people because they were declared dead. But when they came back, the insurance company was like, they're not dead. We want that money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And if he's moved on, I'm going to help the insurance company
some of that
get
money.
that money back.
Well, I mean,
wow.
I think that could be easily fought, because you're talking about like, listen, you were gone. You didn't. The whole plane
Really,
didn't just disappear to a private island somewhere and spend 5 years and then come back. Like, you were literally like, this is unexplainable.
Yeah.
Like, we've never had an instance of somebody coming back from the dead after being dead for 5 years. So
would you call that an act of God, or like?
I think so. I mean, if
When
it's
they came
unexplainable.
after 5 years? Were they the same age, or had they aged 5
No,
years?
they were
also?
No, they
same
were
age.
saying like the next day or something.
Yeah,
like
which
they
is
just got
interesting
off the
because-
plane
See,
or
that's
whatever.
karma helping already.
No, I
Yeah.
want to watch that again. How far are you into it?
So we're into it where
I mean, how many episodes and
about
stuff?
5, I think.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
5,
I'm gonna-
maybe.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
catch
Miss
up
Rebecca
with
can tell me that more. Where we're at. I think we're 5 or 6.
But how many are there?
How many people?
How many? No,
Episodes.
episodes.
Oh, that I don't
Seasons.
know.
You don't know seasons and that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that and I think there are 2,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 3. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I mean, it's an interesting, concept, and it kind of goes, along with what we're talking about tonight. Just weird stuff happening, randomly and unexplainable things. And I mean, it's a TV show, but I mean, it's still something that, really gets you thinking, because
Oh, yeah.
you talk about teleportation, things like that. So mostly hockey guys are saying, "Look at that camera view, looking good, guys."
Hi, hockey guys.
Yeah, they got to have their show last week.
Yeah, it was a good one.
By the way, my mom's made a couple comments on here. I do have to, publicly wish my mother a happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, yep. Today she is, let's see, 67.
That took too long.
Yeah, 67. I had to do some math in my head. So happy birthday, Mom. I'm glad you watched the show. I think my brother might be watching also, which is kind of nice. Want to thank all of you guys for watching tonight. Definitely appreciate you being here, and Nick, appreciate you coming on. And
It's always a pleasure to be here.
I'm glad to have you on a residency now, man.
A
Me
residency.
too.
Yeah, I'm very 68. Oh, I'm wrong. She's 68.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, at
So-
least you went with younger.
I did go with younger.
Yeah. So hey,
I did go with
Winning.
younger. Yeah. So no, always happy to have you on here, and I think we've got some things coming up. Right, Kim? We talked a little bit about earlier.
Uh-huh. Most importantly for me is I want to go see the Bob Marley movie. I am so looking forward to that. So that's my big highlight.
All right. Yeah, I think that Miss Rebecca and I may go see that also. I know she likes Bob Marley, so that'll be fun to do.
I'll be seeing it. I'll be there seeing it this week.
I see an In the Metro field trip coming up.
ooh,
Oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah. So awesome. Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us this week. We definitely appreciate it. I got to give a special shout out to Shelly sitting out there in our
Yes.
peanut gallery
Hey,
watching us.
Shelly.
Thank you very much for coming up here. If you guys ever want to see one of the shows live here, let us know. Come on out. And you can always catch the Mostly Hockey podcast guys on Thursday nights. Their show's at 7:15.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, right around there. But come in, and while you're waiting or while you're watching, grab something from Garden Gate Tea Room, because that's one of their late nights
It is.
that they're open. Did we talk about the roast
The roast
beef?
beef,
and
yes,
pepper
we did. We
onions
talk
earlier?
about that again, though.
Oh my gosh, that is
It is awesome.
so
Yeah.
good. So catch us here again next week, guys. We will be here next week. We actually have Denny Patterson on. He does some article writing. for
Yeah,
some-
lots of interviews with celebrities. Looking
Impressive. Great
forward.
guy. Denny's a great guy.
Denny's a
man.
good dude. I've known Denny for a minute. So yeah, Denny's a good guy. And then we're also going to have Eric Sykes and Bethany. I think her last name's Tamara. I just call her Bethany. I don't
Yeah,
really
me
have
too.
to
It's just
pronounce her
Bethany.
last name. They're going to be on to talk a little bit about Sweeney Todd coming up. So good things going on down here in the district. We got Monochrome, Sweeney Todd. Got the Speakeasy always going on. So good stuff.
Yes.
So, all right. I think with that, guys, we are out. Have a
See you
great
next
week,
time.
and we'll see you next time.